Alright folks, welcome to episode 92 of the Wee Podcast. Phil here with Clarky.
Hello.
Today we're going to talk about PAX East, PAX West, I think it's PAX West. With Destiny, all the sort of leaks and stuff that people decide to take with their phones. With the likes of Shadowkeep and exotics and exotic armour and all that sort of crack. What's trending this week is a bit meh, but we've got something fun. So we've got Ruiz versus Joshua, the rematch. Obviously having in Saudi Arabia, so you can check that one out. And then to finish off, you decided to pick the worst film I've seen in quite a while. Happytime Murders. So we're gonna review that, and yeah, you can see the sort of in-depth thing in part 3. So hopefully you enjoy this one, folks. As much as we did.
Not very much.
Not good. No. PAX this week for old Bungie. That's what you call them. There's an awful lot released for Shadowkeep, but the thing is, so it's an awful lot of people playing it and just taking photos with their phones.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not best pleased about that.
I don't know if they are. I mean, they might be, because it's like, it's sort of like.
But it's also given away, like that weapon that we'll talk about soon.
Yeah.
Literally the first one that any of us probably seen that was sent into the chat or was on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's class.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I'm sure that was meant to be a surprise.
I don't know, because why would they put it in for players to play if they
it's
said
absurd. It says no phones, but people bring them anyway.
Potentially, yeah. But Old Doug Smith released a little thing on the TWAB, just sort of detailing things on like the seasonal artifact, which is free to everyone, come Shadowkeep.
Yeah. And it's the only one you get this season, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a seasonal artifact, so you only get one per season. I don't know if it's going to be free all the time, come each season. I don't know that.
What do you mean? Like you might have to buy a new one in the next series?
Well,
season?
I mean, it does say on the Shadowkeep thing that this does up until season 11. So that we're on season like 8 or something now, or whatever you call it, or just 8 or 9 or something. So maybe we'll not have to, because obviously we'll have the likes of the annual pass or the season pass, they're calling it this time.
Yeah.
So we'll have.
Because you can buy it like separately.
Yeah.
It's quite cool.
Yeah, so but obviously if you buy the deluxe edition, which is like 50 quid over here,
yes,
you get all the stuff with like.
I just thought might as well.
That's what I did as well. I genuinely didn't even know what you got, and I just got it because it's just that's.
It's the whole thing. I think it's the whole shebang, and you get like an exotic ornament or emote, or I don't know exactly.
You get an emblem and an emote and spiraling. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you get something else, but either way.
Yeah, well, I mean, you go hard, you go home, like with Destiny. So, but basically, the seasonal artifact is just this. Well, I don't know if the Gate Lord's Eye is this season, but I would assume
I think
it is through the Vex. You basically just level up by playing the game, which is unreal. There's many times we go online and we're like, not that we don't.
What do we do now?
It's not that we don't have anything to do, because we do have like still all the strikes and all to do to get like certain weapons if you want to get them. But realistically, you're going on and you're doing these things to get the powerfuls, which you don't need the powerfuls, because you're like now you're getting the random rolls, which, let's face it, aren't great, because I never seem to get them. I never seem to get the good rolls. Don't know about you. I would assume you'd be the same. Yeah,
I haven't kept the weapon in a very long time.
Yeah, they're all just the drop of the silliest of things, like, so there's no point. But with this, you can basically level up your artifact, and it unlocks mods for your characters, which is still pretty cool, because obviously there's another thing you can do leveling up here, but I'll get to that in a minute. It's just something different for casual players.
But does that always mean then that every weapon you get can be a god roll? Is that what it's saying?
Well, no, these are just mods. So
like exaggeration mods.
Well, there's like mods there for like, yeah, pretty much, like, yeah. So it'll be like hand cannon scavenger or something like that. You know, you can, because it's obviously you're going to be building your build. Basically, you're going to be building your armor set, and what are you going to have in that, and it means you could have a PvP armor set and a PvE armor set, and depending on if you were to use the likes of hand cannons and stuff in PvP, you could have a full loadout of not hand cannon scavenger, because obviously you're going to get primary weapons anyway. But I mean, if you're using fusion rifles or using bow,
you could have like fusion rifle reserves or something.
Yeah, you would have literally anything just to help your build that bit better.
Is that on the artifact, or do you put that on your armour?
No, that's on the artifact. There's like 20, I think, there.
Yeah. So you can like change that every time.
Yeah, you can also reset the artifact. So I would assume it's like it works like you have, say, if you've like leveled up 14 times, you get 14 points, and then if you spent all those points, you're like, actually don't want that one anymore. I'll reset the artifact and just buy other ones.
Maybe.
So I think it's like that. Obviously with the picture you don't really know, but it says
while
leveling up. Sorry.
It's a good guess.
Yeah. It says while leveling up and unlocking mods, you will also increase the power of the artifact, which will continue increasing until the end of the season, which is obviously it's uncapped.
So look at that. Like that was my question. Then can you hit like 1 million light?
Well, if it's
theoretically, yes.
If it's uncapped, then yeah.
So there could be a guardian on the way with like 1 million light.
But I think there is an actual cap to.
It's 50. I think it's 50.
The amount of damage you can do anyway.
Yeah, I think it's like 50 above, like 900 or whatever the light
so
is. No, 950. I think, or 970. What's the light?
750 at the minute.
No, but what's the new light?
I think it's not 1,000.
I don't think so.
I thought the new power. Well, I mean, it could be 950, but I mean, realistically, it doesn't really matter. It's just, what are you going to be doing though? Like, if you're coming to a point where it's like, oh, all you need is like 950 light to, do the max damage in a raid, and you're like 9,000.
All it's for is to swing decks.
That's all it is.
Essentially,
yeah. You're just comparing, really, which is kind of pointless for me. Like, but I mean, each their own. If you want to have all, I mean, that at the minute you can see an awful lot of people sort of competing with power level and stuff, and like, oh, he's only 749. I'm 750. But I mean, what happens in Iron Banner? Is there going to be a certain cap on that as well, or is it just going to go all in? Here was the highest is the highest, and that's it. That would be a pain in the arse going into that and being like, oh, okay, cool. This guy is like 9,000 light, and I don't know, 1,000.
950.
It is 950.
Yeah,
okay.
The new power inclusive of the artifact, I think it's 1,000.
Okay.
So once you get that plus 50 on that, technically anything beyond that's redundant, and it is just for measuring dicks.
Meh. Well, that's okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
because there will be people that are like, oh, that guy's only 2,000. Ha ha ha! I'm 9,000. That will happen.
Yeah.
And there will be the people that go, here, what light are you? And then you'll say 2,300, and they'll go, oh, cool. Expecting you to ask back.
Yeah. What are you?
What are you? Oh, I'm 6,909.
Yeah.
Or do you know what I mean? Like,
well,
that will happen. Like,
I mean, that's the thing with casual players. I mean, it is sort of, it's given the casual player something to do and not have to worry about things, because if they play the game like 3 or 4 hours a week, you are going to get something out of it, because you're going to be playing for XP, and then obviously the more you play, it's going to level up the artifact and such, so you're still going to get things, which is okay.
Well, everyone's starting the same footing. Everyone is starting at 750.
Yeah.
Like, every single item you have is going up to 750. So, like, everyone's on the same footing now.
Yeah, exactly. Which is nice to see. Like, I mean, no one's going to, well, people always trying to overtake people, but I mean, like I said, like, the casual players are going to have...
Like, anyone can pick it up now. That's huge.
Yeah.
Like, anyone. Like, I was speaking to a guy in work earlier, and he was like, oh, I had the first one, but I didn't really get the second one. And I was like, mate, why?
I still think the first one was not better, but it was certainly...
I have better memories than the first one.
Yeah, definitely better memories,
Yeah.
But I think for this one, it's obviously it's going down the route now of not just streamers.
Oh, this is, yeah, it's going to be big as well.
Yeah.
Carry on, sorry.
We have the UI as well, the season pass UI, which is the Season of the Undying, which is, do you remember the book they brought out? It was like the Moments of Triumph book thing.
They brought out Rise of Iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get like certain packages, and sometimes you get
Yeah,
a shader
yeah,
or a sparrow,
yeah,
blah blah blah. And basically this is what this is, except, well, obviously we don't know this is just the picture that's been shown.
I think I've seen that.
You get an exotic at some point, an exotic engram at some point, but we don't know if that
is that per person or is that clan?
No, I think that's just
person.
Well, you don't know actually. I mean, you never really know.
Probably is personal.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if it was per clan, like, because I don't know, because then you could just be like playing, 4 people in a clan playing the majority of it, and then 3 people playing it once a month, getting everything. Coming back to like a full...
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But again, once you run through that, that's all done. You get your rewards, and then.
But that is just you playing the game, though.
Yeah.
Like, again, like, that's nothing to do with you having to go on and being doing like specific things to get them, which is just you can just go and do whatever you want.
Whereas Rise of Iron, I think as far as I remember, you did have to do.
You did have to do certain things to gain level,
Yeah.
whereas in this one you just need to play the game to gain XP to get the certain things. Obviously, if you get the deluxe edition, you get the premium thing instead of the standard one. There's a premium one and there's a standard one. Basically, the standard one's like it's like in Rocket League at the minute, where you have this linear line of unlockables basically from like level 1 to 100, say, and then you can get 1 to 100 you get one every 2, so 1, 3, 5. Whereas in premium you get one every single time. You level up.
Yeah. So there'll be more prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would assume so.
Yeah.
But I know we get 3 armor sets in the first rank.
Okay.
Instead of
the complete armor sets.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Must be a lot of XP to get there.
I don't know. I can't imagine it would be. I don't even know how many levels there actually are. I mean, I don't think it even says.
Bet you they drop at 10 light. And the reason they give it to you
Could you imagine?
is because they're trying to get rid of your masterwork cores nice and early.
Potentially.
Just you wait.
Well, it says the season pass owners get obviously the activity, the Vex Offensive, which looks kind of cool.
Is that like a horde mode?
I would assume so. Yeah.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Again, I've been very busy and I haven't really looked at it. Like.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got loads of time to we've got plenty of time to get through it. Like, so we've got 4 legendary weapon drops, additional weekly and daily bounties, along with weekly challenges and powerful rewards. A new weapon called the Leviathan's Breath, which is an exotic bow.
Cool.
Yeah, sounds nice.
I've seen that. Yeah, I think I actually have seen that.
Which is obviously exclusive to season pass holders.
Yeah.
Ariana's Vow, which is a new hand cannon.
Yes, that's the one we've seen.
Yeah. Which is awarded on rank 35 of the free track, but awarded on rank 1 of the premium track, which is what I assume we would get with the deluxe edition. Again, it doesn't actually say that anywhere, but I would assume that's what happens.
Okay.
3 season legendary armor sets, 1 for each class.
Yeah.
You collect the complete set during the first 25 ranks of the free track. But on the premium track, you get all 3 sets on rank 1. So
that's so funny.
Yeah. They also drop within the Vex Offensive seasonal activity. So you're fine with that. I mean, I don't know. I would assume we are on the premium pack.
Probably, but now that they are on the. Now they're on their own, it's fine, I think, for Bungie to do this more.
Well, they have to fend for themselves.
Yeah,
really.
they need to make more money.
Yeah.
So, but I'll look up what we actually bought, and then I'll see. You know, like, did we buy the deluxe version? Like, what do you get? I
would assume you do get the premium track. It says some additional premium track rewards: 3 universal ornament armor sets, 1 for each class, an exotic weapon ornament for Ariana's Vow, 2 legendary weapon ornaments, a new finisher, an exotic emote, and exotic ship. I think that is for the deluxe edition.
So deluxe items include 4 season passes, each offering a unique set of exclusive seasonal activities, artifacts, and rewards. Exclusive Erisborn themed items, exotic emote, exotic ghost shell, and an emblem.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all.
Well, I would assume the premium track is with the deluxe edition. If you have to pay more for the premium track, then grim. But either way, you're still going to get it in the free track 25 ranks later. And I mean, even if we weren't to have the premium track, we would eventually reach level 100. I think regardless of that season, we would still do it anyway, because we play often enough that we're on, twice a week, say. So it shouldn't really be that bad. You got more stuff there? No, it's just
not really.
Very vague, is it?
Yeah, I was like, to be honest, I was sort of expecting it just to be like, here, anything about that, but like it may just be being really vague on purpose. So
for now, anyway, yeah. But I mean, those two things are pretty cool. I like the fact that you can just pick up the game now and play it, and you still get rewarded regardless of what you do.
True.
You could just go and play a million patrols and be like, this is amazing,
yeah,
and then still get rewarded. So that's kind of cool. So packs, people are taking pictures of all the stuff.
Yeah.
The Deathbringer rocket launcher.
It's cool.
Seen it, haven't you?
Yeah. It reminded me a bit of like
1K.
Yeah. Like quite like it, but obviously it is a rock. It essentially shoots a Nova Bomb, from what I understand.
Yeah, well,
Or Slova Bomb.
yeah, Deathbringer's 2 perks are Dark Deliverance and Dark Descent. I don't think we know what Dark Descent means yet. But the rocket fires a projectile that drops powerful void orbs when it explodes, and players can also remote detonate the rocket mid-flight.
Letting go of RT, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. And then the further void orbs fall, the more damage they deal. So you could fire it on the sky and then go.
Oh, that's like rain.
Yeah. So
It's quite cool.
I like the name of it as well.
That'll be the Descent one.
Yeah, Dark Descent. Yeah, probably. I like the name of it. It's just sounds unreal. Deathbringer. Yeah. We don't know the name of this one because at the minute is just sort of named Machine Gun O-Name. We don't know if that's going to be the official name of it yet.
That's it.
But knowing Bungie, some of their names in the game are a bit strange.
It still looks like a Black Hammer machine gun.
It does, but I mean the barrel of it just looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
It looks mad.
Like dildo gun.
Yeah, pretty much. It only has 13 rounds in the magazine.
Wow.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it does incredible amounts of damage. It has pyrotoxin rounds, which just basically says that they're explosive ammunition.
That sounds like fire.
Very, very toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that because I like machine guns. Thunder is still my favorite. Exotic one anyway. But that certainly looks the part anyway, and I think we get a few ornaments as well at some point. The definitive trace rifle looks to me a little bit like Cold Hard.
It absolutely does. You're right. Like
it's hard to I mean,
we looked at it. It's a raid one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the raid one. Yeah.
But that's sort of the way they look. That's the only thing.
Well, I mean, why not have a vertical one, or why not have you've got vertical and you got horizontal?
Or the front spin.
Well, they have that, do they not, with Prometheus lens?
Front doesn't spin, does it?
It has a little twirly thing. Maybe it's a different ornament. I'm thinking.
No, it's in the middle. You're thinking of the little reflective glass thing spins in the middle.
You think about way at the front?
Yeah. So whenever you pull it, you know the way a machine gun goes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. The exotic that's like a minigun.
Oh, sweet business.
I literally could not get super good advice out of my head.
Oh, yeah.
So, sweet business.
It's an auto rifle though, isn't it?
Yeah. But technically trace rifles are considered auto rifles.
Yeah.
So, why not have one that, say, whenever you're shooting, so obviously you've got your weapon, you're holding on the barrel, whatever, at the front, you know the way it's two big prongs?
Yeah.
Imagine it's sort of spinning.
And then it would just release a big massive thing.
Out the front.
Yeah, but then would that be a fusion rifle? Would that be a trace rifle?
No, it's trace. It doesn't just shoot 8
things.
blasts. It is one
Linear
continuous
line.
energy blast.
Okay. Well, the perk in this one,
Like the Stranger Things thing.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Where it spins and then.
It'd be kind of cool. I just like to have something different because they all sort of do look the same now, which is. But I would still want the legendary one. I still want a legendary one.
Yeah, Phil and I were talking about that.
Why not have a and this one's arc again. We don't have a void one yet, so give us one of those. It basically says judgment causes the weapon to create an aura around an enemy that disrupts and weakens them with sustained damage, and penance causes enemies to be enveloped in a judgment to take damage. So basically, it's like a crit spot. You create a crit spot on the enemy.
Sort of sounds quite Prometheus lensy.
Yeah, except it stays there.
Yeah.
So it just means that people.
Yeah, that hurts them more.
Farting on them, yeah.
Okay.
Sort of means that instead of shooting them in the head, just or in the back
Shoot
or something,
anywhere.
you could shoot them in the knee and be like, oh, it's the easiest part to kill them.
Yeah, true.
But then again, it might not be meta, so don't even know if anyone's going to be using it, unfortunately. But
they'll get it.
Well, that's what I said as well. I was like, I mean, it all depends. It'll be one of those things where we'll all start off, even, and then it'll be a week down the line I've got all the exotics. Hi.
Well, if it's on Forsaken, no chance.
That's right. We were quite I think you were the longest.
It took me forever to get anything
Yeah. I don't think I've still got a couple for my hunter, but
yeah, it takes time now.
Yeah, literally for everything's just prime drops now.
Yep.
No exotic drops. But then again, you don't know. Like I said with that the other user interface now with the Season of the Undying, I don't know if these are already pre-done exotic drops. Whenever you get the exotic engram, I don't know if there's just random rolls.
I get you. If that's gonna be for example, the hand cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the only way you get it.
through that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which we get on rank 1 instead of rank 25.
Yeah. But is that
Well, we don't
it's
know.
unlocked, or you get the exotic hand cannon?
I know it's unlocked. You would get it. Yeah, I think you get it whenever you reach rank 1.
Okay.
So yeah, we get.
Again, I'll drop her 10 light.
Well, I mean, even if the premium thing, would you pay for the premium one if it said it was like a $5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do the same.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if the in all honesty,
if we don't get it with the deluxe edition, I would dare say.
If you can, like, if it's silver.
Oh yeah.
That may be a consideration depending on how much silver it is.
Yeah.
Like, if they're like 5,000 silver, that's like £40.
Yeah, true.
That's not worth it.
No. But if it is like £5,
yeah,
to get the premium track, then you probably would play, because I know Rocket League's like $4.99.
Well, even if it was a tenner, I'd probably still pay it. Honestly.
Oh yeah, but that's if it was like at least a $5, you would still pay it. Like, I don't think anyone would
because realistically, I don't want the game to be a massive slog, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too easy. So I'd have to look at it to see. You know.
I mean, maybe the free track might suit you better because you don't want to have everything so quickly.
But again, level 25 for stuff that people are gonna run about with after like 10 minutes.
True.
It's a long time. That's a long time.
It did say in the thing that you could be ranked, 10 in 8 hours. I was like, ooh, what?
So that's a solid day of no sleep and only gaming to get what people are getting after 2 hours.
Yeah.
Less.
Pretty much.
In fact, pardon me, Kyle was telling me he has, and I'm sure Phil does as well, their entire inventories are just bounties.
Yeah, this is mine. Well, not all.
So,
mine.
but it's like it's full. Like they have no more room.
Oh no, I have still loads of room. Like
I just don't care, so I'm not doing it. But
doing what?
Like
just getting bounties.
Yeah.
Like, I've only had. I think I've got some Crucible and some, but I've only been doing the.
There's no vendor reset or anything like.
No.
So I'm just like it'll come. Like, but obviously, like if you think people have done that, they'll go in and just go open every single bounty and get 10 levels.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah,
straight away. So, that sort of takes away their grind a bit.
I suppose. I mean, at the end of the day, like you are going to be playing the game regardless, and I think we all play. We'll probably get 100 regardless of the free or the premium track anyway.
Yeah,
I think we'll be okay. But if the premium track has more in it, then I'll probably buy it.
Yeah, no, if it's not right there.
If you get one for if it's not really there, if you get one per level instead of like one every 5 levels, but we got exotic armour as well. Don't know about the Titan one, the Phoenix Cradle Titan legs.
Sounds cool.
Well, they're not called Titan legs, but they're just called Phoenix.
That's what I mean. No, the
Phoenix Cradle Titan legs. Yes. You get. The perk is Beacons of Empowerment. The Sun Warrior buff lasts twice as long as before, and allies gain the buff when they walk through the sunspots.
Cool.
It is cool. And it will give a reason to. What?
They look cool.
Not really. I mean, they look okay. It's not like something I would go out of my way and be like, oh, I wouldn't buy the ornament for it or anything like that there. I'm actually trying to find the little picture of it I had before. But I mean, I like. With the last one, with the Peregrine Greaves as well, didn't really like them either. But then again, like it's 6 of 1, like you're not really gonna be happy with everything you get. It looks a bit like your man's legs out of Thingamajig, the boys.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, a wee bit.
Homelanders?
No,
legs.
The Deep.
Let's see it again. Okay, yeah.
Just because they're green and brown.
Yeah.
Kind of boring. I don't know. I mean, obviously that's only one of many, I would assume, of the exotics that we're going to get. I would hope.
Was that the only one that you were able to find out on?
Well, that's the only one that anyone's posted things on anyway.
Okay.
So, we've got Storm Dancer's Brace, Warlock Chest. You get the perk Ascendant Amplitude, almost speak. When players defeat enemies with Storm Trance, they increase the damage of Storm Trance, basically, which is unreal, but obviously without Crown of Tempests, depends how long you're going to have it for.
Still lasts a while, like.
Does, yeah, it does. But then again, if you're teleporting all over the place all the time, then
it'll drain fast.
Yeah, so but even still, I mean, it'll be good in PvE because obviously if you're killing loads of Thrall,
that'll be good in the Vex.
Yeah. Well, if you're killing loads of like small enemies to go over to a big enemy, like, you're gonna do loads of damage.
Yeah.
Unless it's capped at a certain point, I don't know.
I'm sure it isn't one that you can like kill like a load of them and then go up the boss and like zap them and like one zap.
Why not?
Well, fair enough. I suppose some people probably will figure out a way, but
yeah, true. Got a hunter helmet called the Assassin's Cowl. Not Simon Call. Defeating the Guardian with melee attack or combatant with a finisher grants invisibility and restores a portion of health and shields.
Okay, that's pretty good for PvP. Yeah.
Pretty good for PvP.
Does a sword kill count as a melee?
Hmm?
Does a sword kill still count as a melee? I wonder.
No, it has to be a melee kill, yeah, or a finisher.
It's a shame that's not in any other character that can one bang.
Well, I think hunters can also make other people invisible now as well, can't they? With their grenades now. So
sure, you used to be able to do it on
D1, yeah. So
we're back,
getting something back again, which is, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Don't get me wrong, but meh. We've got a couple of raid things, but I don't think I'm going to go through with them because I don't really necessarily want to talk about them because it's raid stuff. Yeah, it's not something that if anyone listens to it, like, oh, don't listen to the raid stuff. But I mean, obviously, all the information's out there for you to go and look at. But I am not going to bother. There's a big controversy as well with the actual raid armour.
Yes.
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. It was just to do with the Curse of Osiris. Basically, it's reskin Curse of Osiris gear.
Because that was a great DLC.
I don't understand what their idea was there behind that. Like, no one really enjoyed it, and everyone knows, and everyone publicly said they didn't enjoy it. Even
wait
the
and see
devs
if Osiris comes back in. He better be better than he was. Like,
Sagira. We don't want that.
Didn't ask them.
Yeah. I don't really want that back. Like, to be honest, I mean, unless it is a different. Vex and Mercury is like a thing. So, I mean, I suppose it makes sense why they're bringing it back, but at the same time, it wasn't great gear to start off with. Like,
I mean, I didn't mind it, but I don't want to reskin for a raid. Like,
yeah, I don't want to pay to get more armor that I got from a bad DLC.
It was so bad.
I just don't understand why they're doing it, but we don't know. I mean, it's another month until we actually get to look at Shadowkeep, so
true.
They might have other things there, but obviously the Eververse armor looks unreal. Of course it does because you got to pay for it.
Yes.
But then again, you can buy it with Bright Dust anyway. So whenever it comes around within that week, you can still
buy the part and then wait another week or two and buy the next bit and so on.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends.
And it can still sort of drop, can't it, from year 2 engrams? Like sometimes you get the armor from best year 1 engram.
I haven't got anything.
You know, I got the chest a few times.
Really? Of Optimus, eh?
Yeah.
I haven't got anything. All I've got are year 1 stuff. Like,
in fact, I tell you a lie.
Sparrows.
I reckon I've got the vast majority of that armor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I got any of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Sometimes, like I've had chests recently, but the one I have has always been better. It's not perfect, but it's been better. So like I just break them down for Bright Dust.
I don't know. Honestly,
you don't get much from them. Like
that's. I mean, ever since I found out that it is just like old stuff, I've just been not really bothering looking at it. So I might have got it a few times. I don't know, but I
probably have.
The majority of stuff I've got are just been like ships and sparrows and stuff, which is still good for Bright Dust to smelt.
Got the selfie emote finally.
The selfie emote?
Finally.
Jeepers, that's a while ago. Like.
Yeah, never got it at the time.
I see they were selling the sweeping bot one as well.
Really?
Yeah, they were selling that I think about 3 weeks ago. I went on and I was like, is that that can't be the emote, and it was, but it's obviously the one that isn't. It's the red.
I've changed the colour of it so everyone knows you bought it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at how he bought it with silver. He bought it. Yeah. And it's sad that they've done that to us. Like, but I mean, one armor. Well, I don't know about you because you're a hunter, but what do you think of the actual moon armor?
I mean, I don't really like any of them, but.
What do you mean? Any 3 classes? Any of the Titan?
The Warlocks is the worst. There's no going around that.
I think the Titan looks unreal as an astronaut.
Sorry, that's the astronaut one. Yeah, it's okay. The Hunter
it's
one.
It's okay? No.
But wrong. I mean, you could.
Unreal.
You had the taken a helmet in the last.
The Titan, yeah, I know we did. Like, but that's the exotic helmet. We're gonna look like an actual astronaut now.
And then the Hunter one is like it sort of looks like a skull, sort of. I don't know how to describe it. Sort of looks like a skull. Doesn't it?
You're talking about this one, and that's the Warlock. That one looks stupid.
Yeah, that looks like you've got a bag over your head.
Yeah, the Dreambeing hood. Yeah, I don't really like that for the Warlock.
Yeah, I mean, I think they look okay, but again, this DLC doesn't really excite me for the armor that I've seen, bar the
Eververse stuff.
The Vex one, the one that looks like Vex stuff.
That's the Eververse one, yeah. Yeah, I'm sort of the same. Obviously, we've got 3 new titles coming in. Undying, which is for the season, which no doubt I think we'll all probably get that if we, depending on what there is. I mean, we don't
Probably
know.
complete the raid flawless. Probably not.
Well, that's just for the season, though. It's not for the raid.
Oh, okay.
So we should be okay. Hopefully, it's like Wayfarer.
Curse breaker or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Harbinger for Shadowkeep stuff in general.
Okay.
And then Enlightened, which is for the raid.
So that's no.
So we're probably not going to get the Enlightened stuff, but potentially Harbinger and Undying.
Don't think either of them sound that cool.
I like Undying. I quite like Undying.
So it's sort of like Unbroken.
Yeah, but I didn't get Unbroken.
I
So.
don't think anybody, not that many people have that title. It's very elite, like, but
even Enlightened doesn't. I mean,
it's like, oh, I know stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like meh. But I mean,
having a chronicler explaining something in the Enlightened, be like, oh,
yeah, could you imagine? I am the chronicler, and now you're on. There you go. No, but I mean, I do like Undying. I like Undying. Harbinger's just sort of meh.
Well, Harbingers are cool in mythology, but
yeah, but I mean,
yeah, I know.
I don't
know.
like. I'm not one, so.
Well, Harbinger Seclude is a place
in the Druid City. Yeah.
So.
City. Yeah. That just says for the just Shadowkeep stuff in general. So we'll obviously know more about that whenever the DLC drops. But I think that's sort of where I'm gonna leave it because. There are a few other things, but I don't really like. I mean, the raids and stuff. I don't really want to talk about the raids rewards, and I just don't see the point because we're
it's not.
Hopefully, we're gonna get experience in that in the actual day that comes out, but we don't know that. I hope we do though, because we have scheduled a raid, but we shall see what happens.
Well, we've scheduled a raid.
Yeah,
that will not happen.
Well, I'm hopeful. We'll just have to see what happens.
Calling it now.
Come the day. But yeah, well,
or it doesn't happen.
I think. Well, out of all that stuff, what do you think? Are you looking forward to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to every DLC more for the story.
Yeah.
And then agree. The PvE elements. PvP is PvP.
Yeah, it's never.
There's no.
Well, I like the fact that they're changing all that as well. They're bringing in elimination and stuff for
quick play.
And
but again, PvP is PvP. We played the game modes, but this other stuff's new, and that's what I'm interested in.
I'm intrigued to see what sort of weapons are meta come this season.
I reckon Scouts, calling it.
Okay.
That's a guess.
Okay.
That's my guess. I haven't had a Scout in a long time, so.
Or auto rifles, to be fair.
No, that's true. But I don't know why. I just have a funny feeling Oxygen will be used.
I still think old bygones will still rule the roost for.
It's just such a good weapon.
Yeah.
Pulses will never go away, really. But
no, I mean Last Partition is still available, and it's like
it's very good.
A mighty weapon. But they've got that Kvostov. Remember the Kvostov?
Yes.
It
was the first ever weapon you got in Destiny 1.
People have found that in this DLC at $7.50.
I love how everything is like all your stuff gone except for all your stuff. Why tell us that at the start?
I know, it's so silly. But I'm looking forward to the DLC along with all these little leaks and stuff. I quite like them. I'm glad it's not an awful lot because I wouldn't want everything to be spoiled for me come the day of Shadowkeep. I mean, I'm glad that we've seen obviously a couple of the exotics and stuff, and they're not overwhelming except for that Deathbringer. Deathbringer shines kind of fun. I mean,
There'll be more. The
weapons sound unreal, but the armor for me so far, apart from the Warlock one, it's meh. I think the Titan one can be fun, depending if you're going to use it, but it depends if they nerf like some melting point and stuff like that there. But
there will be changes, but I think going into Shadowkeep, it's just a matter of enjoy it while you can, because within a couple of months we'll have the Festival of the Lost towards the end of that month. There'll be.
Well, they have said they're not changing anything in the season. They're not doing anything to do with any of the weapons. Okay. So say something's ridiculously overpowered, it's going to be ridiculously overpowered for that entire season. So, woo!
Yeah, great.
So it'll be a bit of a nightmare if that unnamed LMG comes in. You get like 5 bullets and you just get absolutely emptied in PvP. I don't know how it works yet, but
one shot death.
Yeah, but I dare say that the whole Deathbringer will probably be a PvE weapon because I can't imagine you waiting so long for these void orbs to drop, and unless you can do it faster, I don't know. I have no idea. Unless you let go of RT and goes, I don't know.
Doubt it.
Well, we'll see.
But either way, I'm excited. I think.
As am I.
Yeah, it'll be class. It'll be a nice change. It's been a
They've
long
been very,
time
very long,
coming.
and obviously with the likes of them taking away exclusivity now for PlayStation, we should technically
Get
get the
everything.
weapons and the strikes and such. But again, God knows. But yeah, we'll end part 1 there, folks, and we'll catch you again in part 2. Welcome back to part 2. What's trending this week? Not an awful lot, unfortunately. Well, I mean, nothing that we really want to cover, but
Yeah, with
it's all sort
what's
of
been going on this week it literally is a podcast on its own. That's
Yeah.
not a joke.
Yeah.
Like there are literal podcasts for what's been going on this week.
a lot of politics and a lot of well, I mean, a lot of devastation as well. But I mean, it happens all the time, doesn't it? That's the thing. You got podcasts for all this sort of stuff. But today we're gonna have a little chat about Joshua and Ruiz, Ruiz and Joshua rematch on December 7th in not England,
Saudi Arabia.
not America, in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
Ding, ding, ding.
not surprising. It is very clearly a money thing. I think it is for me. It's basically if Joshua loses, it's a massive payday. So it sort of softens the blow. If Ruiz loses, I wouldn't be surprised if there was no rematch clause for him. So
Trilogy fight would be an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, like he didn't even have a trilogy fight against, like, I don't know, Klitschko, for example, or even a second fight against Klitschko. He didn't even go in twice. So like, anything with Ruiz Jr. would be, well, I think it'd be unfair if he didn't give him a rematch for a third.
Well, of course it would be, yeah.
But then it can't be one that just you go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. It's like the way Santa Cruz lost to Frampton, beat Frampton, and was like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, like, come on.
Yeah, 100%. Like, those are both massive wars.
Mm-hmm.
The first fight wasn't a war.
It wasn't. Joshua was a scared puppy and he got beat.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any other way to put it. He was not in the right mindset.
I mean,
he's come out recently and even said, like, or Hearns said very recently that he didn't really want to fight Ruiz. First of all, he was fighting, he was fighting all these big fighters. He had his eyes on, Wilder and Fury, and then next thing there's this fat guy from Mexico that wants to fight him, and it just doesn't have the same ring, and apparently it was a mentality thing.
Mm-hmm.
But equally, you can only beat what's in front of you.
It's true, yeah. I mean, it annoys me the fact that the whole boxing politics is all money now. I mean, it has been money for years now, but I mean, the fact that they're bringing it to Saudi Arabia, it'll be good for the UK fans because it'll be on a reasonable enough time. But if it was in England, then they could have went to it.
Yeah.
And it would have been on a reasonable enough time anyway. But obviously, money talks, and Hearn is a money grabbing so-and-so. But I mean, like you said, I think if Joshua is to lose this one, I think that realistically, what's he got left to do?
Well, for me, it's like, what does he have to offer? The big guns.
Yeah.
And like, I would discount him as a big gun if he loses this fight.
Yeah.
Because if he can't beat Ruiz Jr. and beat him convincingly, I don't mean on points. I mean, knock him out in the 7th, 8th, 9th round, like literally knock him out.
Mm-hmm.
Put him out of the fight,
flat,
stop
not
him.
Count. Yeah.
Joshua was stopped by the ref.
Yeah.
Right, knocked down 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Ruiz Jr. obviously was knocked down. He was hurt, so he knows he can do it. But equally, if he can't beat this guy, I don't see why Wilder or Fury have anything to prove against him.
Well, Wilder's already said he's going to fight him now because of the fact he's already got beat by Ruiz.
But equally, like, if Wilder's actually asked Fury, or allegedly has asked Fury, to postpone their fight next year so he can fight the winner
of this one.
Mm-hmm. Because then there's an undisputed thing. Fury doesn't really have to do any work. All the belts are in one place.
Yeah, true. You could just go in and potentially.
Like, if I was Fury, I'm not sure I would cancel that fight, because for him being the first person to beat Wilder, if he can do it, or equally Fury being the first Wilder being the first person to beat Fury, there's prestige in that. Then one of them walks away with the belt, unless it's another draw. But let's assume it's not. Let's assume Fury wins it. He takes the belt off Wilder. Then he fights. Let's assume Joshua beats Ruiz.
Mm-hmm.
He fights Joshua, we finally get an answer to the question. But if
it's
Ruiz
nice in
wins,
theory.
then questions will hang over the three of them forever. What could have been, basically, because unless Joshua, because he's not super young, like
No.
he's nearly 30, isn't he?
Yeah.
So you've got to take it at the value of if he loses this fight, he likely won't fight again until late next year.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe summer next year.
but
Maybe
7 months, like he might only have one fight next year, 2 fights next year, like.
The thing is, though, if he
To
loses
climb
this
the
one,
ladder.
you can't do that.
You can't forget Dylan White.
No, true.
Dylan White is really ripping up the WBC, so Joshua has no right to fight for that belt.
Yeah.
Over Dylan White if he wins, if he loses, against Ruiz Jr. But why would Wilder pick him? Oh, because he's an easier fight on paper, surely, than Dylan White.
I mean, I think even if Joshua does lose, it'll still be a big draw because they've always wanted to see Wilder and Joshua. Even like regardless of the caliber, I still think everyone will pay to see Wilder beat Joshua if that is the case. So it'll still get an awful lot of money, but at the same time, it is money. So
obviously,
but this one's money, and I mean, if Joshua loses, no matter what he does next, it's all gonna be money anyway.
Yeah, but I have to say, it's awful. Like, but I really do hope he beats him. As in, Joshua beats Ruiz. I really do hope he beats him because. And beats him well. If he doesn't beat him well, then
you need to do the exact same thing he done to him. Like, that's the thing. He needs to beat him as, if not faster, and in a better fashion. I mean, realistically, what you would want to see.
7 he was out in.
Yes, I think it was either 7 or 8, wasn't it?
I'll check.
But I still think you should do it in, mad fashion. That just like you need to knock him off his feet and on his back. And that's just what needs to happen. He needs to be counted out by the referee, and then that's it, without him getting standing up. Where Joshua was counted out when he was standing up. He had his gloves, and he was still standing. He wasn't on the ground, like, for 20 seconds. The Fury was on the ground, but at the same time, if he doesn't do that, then even if he knocks him out in like the 8th or 9th round or whatever, even in the 12th round, I think people will still sort of put that down to him not wanting to pull the trigger. Because he has got enough rounds under his belt. Like he knows himself. He can fight. 7th round. It's just a matter of making everyone else believe he is that good. That that one was just a fluke. But at the same time, Ruiz can fight. Like
yeah, he can. He's proven that. He's beat him. So
it's mad. Like he has got a chin. He's Mexican. Mexicans are known for having mad chins.
Yeah.
And not like huge chins, but they're like. It's mad to think that. I mean, you look at these two guys and you obviously see who's the better in shape athlete, but at the same time, Ruiz can fight, and at the end of the day,
it's a fight.
It's a fight. It's not who can run. The
12 rounds. Press more
exactly.
Or whatever. Yeah.
But obviously you can see that Josh is a little bit leaner this time.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
He looks strong. Like
he looks like an athlete, not a bodybuilder now. So it's good to see that obviously. Hopefully he's never really had that cardio issues. He sort of has had a bit of cardio issues, really. I mean,
he just got very big. Very big and heavy. Like
the last 2 rounds, usually of each fight he's in, he's sort of looked a bit
tired.
Yeah. So hopefully this time he'll have a bit of oxygen in his head, a bit of oxygen in his body, just to sort of keep him going for a while. If it does go to the 12th round, hopefully it doesn't, but at least this one will be early enough, you would think. I mean, I'm just basing it off the UFC fight this weekend because it starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the main card's at 7.
Yeah.
So, and obviously Abu Dhabi's like right beside Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
So you would assume it would be the same sort of time.
It'd be similar, but then maybe an hour.
If not an hour, yeah, probably. So hopefully it's on early enough for us. I mean, it could potentially be a 10 o'clock one. It could be.
That's fine. Like that's standard. Like I would put on. I'll be honest. If it's a reasonable time, I'll buy it. But see, as soon as fights go to America, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not staying up to 3 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday to watch a boxing fight.
Usually about 5 or 6.
Well, yeah, I'm not.
By the time the main event's on, yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like, it's just stupid. Yeah. So, and what annoys me is he's a British fighter. Him specifically, like he's a British fighter. He made his name here. He's the draw. He has nothing to prove out in America. Mm-hmm. It's just, again, it's a money thing.
It's all about money. It's all it is, which is a real shame. Like, but at the end of the day, we all pay it.
Yeah, and
So-
at the end of the day, I do want him to win. Like, I do want him to beat Ruiz, and I've nothing against Ruiz at all. You know, he beat the man fair and square. Whenever, I'll be honest, I thought Joshua would have walked over him, and he beat him fair and square, and now I doubt Joshua. So,
Just goes to show what sort of. I mean, you can't judge him by its cover, like.
Nope,
you know, you can't-
absolutely not. And
can't do
he's
that.
he's walking proof. Like,
Yeah.
and if the man wins it, if Ruiz does win this fight, he's a very worthy world champion.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
Beat Joshua
so-
twice, and yeah,
Should have
back
beat-
wins.
Should have probably beat Joseph Parker, but he didn't at his points.
Just a bit of it, yeah. But I mean, at the same time, I think Joshua beat Parker on points as well, didn't he?
He did, yeah, he did.
Then, like, you can't really fault that. They're both powerhouses, like, and it's just a matter who actually connects with a punch.
Yeah.
And well. But yeah, hopefully Joshua wins. I'm rooting for Joshua. I know you're rooting
Same,
for Joshua,
yeah.
so we'll probably focus on that whenever it actually happens after the 7th of December.
A wee while to go, yes.
We do,
Yeah.
but we've got loads of lead up yet, so it's okay.
That's true. We can maybe have a wee look at some new stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So with that, we'll end part 2 there, folks, and we'll catch you again in part 3. Welcome back to part 3. So we had a poll, and between two world-class films.
Very different film.
One being the Happytime Murders and the other being Beautiful Boy. I think it was fair to say Happytime Murders completely dominated the poll there.
Somehow.
After watching the film, I don't understand why.
I do. People wanted us to watch the shit film. That's certainly what happened.
I just hope people that voted didn't go like, I haven't seen it before. Let's see what it's all about. And basically, the film, I'll just read it off IMDb here. Basically, it's a murder mystery set in a world where humans and puppets coexist. Correct? That is what the film is about. But puppets are viewed as second-class citizens. When the puppet cast of a 90s children's TV show begins to get murdered one by one, a former cop who has since become a private eye takes on the case, and the private eye they're talking about is a puppet
Yes.
called
He was
Phil.
the first ever puppet cop.
Puppet cop.
Yeah. But he got kicked out by his own partner, basically. His partner was Melissa McCarthy in the movie. She basically touts on him and says that he didn't take a shot at a puppet, that
He missed that on purpose.
yeah, that he missed on purpose. Yeah, so he didn't take the shot basically when he could have hit him. So basically, in short, he shoots. It shows you the clip later in the film. He shoots, bounces off a wall beside the guy's head. It just misses him, and then kills another guy, another puppet, basically standing with his daughter by accident. And then there's a whole big thing. He gets kicked out of the police force, and that's why he's now a private eye.
And it seems to be this sort of alcoholic for some reason.
Yeah, and like you see, his brother is one of the guys from the show,
Yeah, the happy gang,
the Happytime
gang,
gang,
happy time
or
gang.
something like that.
It's an awful lot of words.
But basically, like, that show is like, they're all puppets except for like one character was like a woman, was Elizabeth Banks.
Oh yeah, the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's basically like Sesame Street, but crude.
well, what the tagline for the film at one point was "No Sesame, All Street." Yeah,
Why?
I know.
Why?
They tried to sue them for it, and it didn't work.
Well, the budget was 40 to 47 million,
Well,
and the box office was 27 and a half.
I'm not surprised.
So, I mean, you can sort of you can sort of realize why it wasn't a great film. I mean, it had its moments, but not.
Yeah, some bits were quite funny.
Yeah, when I say it has moments, it's not a good film by any means,
Yeah,
but it has moments when I had like the comedy in the film isn't.
It's
sort of-
crude.
it's like hit and miss. I think.
watch
'cause
it
it's-
with mates or something, and
Yeah,
you might laugh
if
more
you
than
watch
we
it in a
laughed on
group-
our own.
Yeah, if you watch it in a group, you're definitely gonna have more of a laugh with a film. But I think if you watch it by yourself, it is a very different story.
Yeah.
I think.
If you're gonna look any scene up, just look up.
The cow and the octopus scene.
Yeah, look up Happytime Murders cow octopus, and you'll just look that up.
Yeah, you're probably right there.
That's probably one of the weirder but also funnier bits.
And it hasn't got the thing is it hasn't got a bad cast in it either. I mean, it's
No.
got Melissa McCarthy as Detective Connie Edwards, who's Phil's ex-partner. Phil is the private eye, the little puppet man.
That's
Phil
played by her
Phillips.
husband.
Phil
I think.
Phillips.
I think it's her husband plays him.
No, it's
Is it not?
no. Bill Beretta plays Phil Phillips.
Is that not her husband?
No, I don't think so. Is it?
I thought it was.
No, I think he's a puppeteer. I think.
Oh, there you go. I thought it was her husband.
No, Maya Rudolph as Bubbles, Phil's
Yeah.
secretary. Joel McHale was in it for a wee bit. Really, he wasn't in it that long. He was the special agent Campbell as an FBI agent. Obviously, Elizabeth Banks was in it as Jenny Peterson.
Who's Donnie in the Happytime Murders?
That's her husband.
Who is Donnie?
He is the cop in the. She's like going through the thing. She gets fired, and then she's like grabbing other stuff. She's like, "I wish I would have screwed you."
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's who I was thinking of. Sorry.
That's her husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
Leslie David Baker, who is Lieutenant Banning. If you know Leslie David Baker, is the guy from The Office, Stanley.
Yeah. I noticed him. Yeah. Joel McHale.
Yeah, I've said Joel McHale was in it.
He was in it.
He was
the FBI guy. And then I'm just trying to go through the ones that really stuck. Elizabeth Banks, obviously, I think you mentioned her. Liz McCarthy. Nobody else really massively stuck out to me, like.
Well, Michael McDonald was in it, but he was the guy that got bald. With the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Never knocked out a guy with his own balls before.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad cast either. I just think it's one of those films that, just didn't really hit the mark, unfortunately.
I don't think there was ever really going to be a great film there.
Believe it or not, well, I mean, you probably would believe it. It received 6 nominations at the 39th Golden Raspberry Awards.
Yeah.
Including Worst Picture and Worst Actress for McCarthy.
Okay.
Kind of grim. Imagine winning a Raspberry. Well, I don't think she won. It was just a nominated one, but
I mean, it was never a serious movie, and
I think for what it was okay, but I wouldn't go and watch it like, I wouldn't be like, oh, have you ever seen Happytime Murders, fellas? Go and watch that. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I do like some of the scenes in it. I like whenever the puppets die.
It's just like,
yeah, it's just funny. It's just whenever I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. Like whenever the fella comes in and well, sorry, not the fella, but the robber or the executioner, whatever you want to call him, at this point comes into the store, and the little vulture man's standing there, and he's like, freeze, and he gets his handgun out, and the man's like, and just goes,
his head just explodes.
yeah, I was like, oh my god, what's going on here? And then even when your man gets shot, the dad with the daughter,
yes,
he just collapses and he just falls over. I was
the
like,
way
oh
he
my god,
did make me laugh.
yeah.
Like, it was funny. Like that made me laugh. But
It's just different. I mean, it's what was it given? Was it like a 15 or something? Was it, or was it like a
15?
Was it 15? And I mean, you can get away with so many things in that because it is just fluff.
Yeah.
It's just, and you can, like, whenever Goofer is found at the beach, the Santa Monica beach, and they ring him out.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you may want to look away for this. And I was like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And then he just gets wrung out. I'm like,
Oh,
oh my god,
Yeah.
smell him. He's like,
Yeah.
I thought he smelled better, or no, I thought he smelled better or worse, I think, when he was alive, or something she says. I was like, that is disgusting. Like, and then whenever he's sitting there taking the sugar or whatever you call her, he's like, I suck your dick. And she's like, I would if I had one, and I'd be honored if I had one. He's like, I can make it work though. And I was like, what on earth is going on here?
Yeah.
But I still think for what it was, I personally wouldn't watch it.
I wouldn't watch it again.
No, I wouldn't watch it again. But I mean, I didn't pick the film.
You did?
I didn't pick the film. Fate picked the film. I was just looking up and down, like scrolling up and down, and just landed on it. So
True.
You did pick Beautiful Boy, though, didn't you? I think you.
Yeah, Rachel and I are gonna watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, she is actually interested in watching that film.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably watch it.
Looks good.
But unlucky for you, you're not going to review it. So
No.
instead, you decided to pick the Happytime Murders, which is just a terrible idea. I mean,
what did you rate it? What would you rate it? I know what I've rated it like. I'd
probably give it 1.5.
Okay.
1.5 beards.
Yeah, I was gonna give 1.5 specs. Like.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get a solid.
I thought you were gonna give it like a half or something.
No, because there were bits that made me laugh, and
in a comedy, that's what it's meant
I
to be.
thought, well, when I say laugh, it's funny now, but at the time I was like, huh. But I also think the way the puppets were done, it never made me think, oh, they're definitely like a way out of whack with the mouth movements and stuff. Like I never was looking at it going, it doesn't even look like they're talking, you know. But like,
I know what you mean. I don't get me wrong. Like just because it was a bad film doesn't mean that
it was well put together.
Yeah, it was
like
really,
I
really
appreciate what they did, and if you ever do watch a film, watch the credits.
Yeah.
Because it shows you how it's put together, and it is quite funny, but it's also quite impressive. Like
I think the credits maybe laugh more than the film.
Yeah, same.
So,
Remember where, at the very, very last one, where the puppets they're about to do it or something. What was it she says to him?
Oh, is it the mechanical thing failed?
No.
What do you mean the puppets are about to do it?
Like she says, like whoever's controlling the girl puppets, it's like says something, and the guy just loses it. Do you remember what they say?
Oh no, but something about his cock or something. I know what you're on about, but I can't remember what it was said. Oh man, no, I don't remember. I think it was something to do with like, no, I'll butcher it if I even try and think of it. Like honestly, but I know what you mean. But that was the thing. Like obviously, whenever you watch comedies and you have outtakes and stuff, sometimes the outtakes are meant to be funny, but I think like some of the things that were in the credits weren't outtakes. They were just sort of building the film and stuff, and they were a lot more funny than the actual film. Yeah, but even the bit where he's like doing your woman in his little office, and like they all come in, and he's sitting there like. I was half expecting something like that, but I wasn't expecting silly string.
Yeah, no, that was hilarious. I was
expecting like a full like explosion of paint or something stupid, but I wasn't expecting silly string. And the fact that she's just like going, oh, he's like going, just like flopping about the place. And obviously in the credit scene, in the credit scene you get to see how that bit's done. And it's obviously just the guy with the puppet, and he has the silly string just below his belt. And obviously you don't get to see any of that in the film because it would ruin everything. Like, but I was half expecting something to pop out to be like, that's how they did it. But everything was done really, really well in the film. Like everything was done really like professionally. There was no sort of things that you couldn't see. And obviously whenever they're doing the cow and the octopus thing, you seen the two guys with the green t-shirts on operating them and stuff, and then you seen the woman with the Dalmatian and the fireman.
Oh yes.
In his face.
And he was like, oh
yeah. I mean, I don't think I would ever watch the film again, and I don't think if it was the pop like I've seen it a few times on Netflix scrolling through the films and stuff, and it's just never sort of occurred to me that like Sesame Street. I don't understand why, but Sesame Street and
just remember another bit that made me laugh. Sorry, go on.
I just didn't expect like. It just never occurred to me that they're puppets from they're not from Sesame Street, but that's technically what I was trying to get. Yeah. I was like, nah, don't really get the point in it.
The bit that made me laugh, sorry, before I forget, was do you remember whenever she's there at the strip club and the girl takes the carrot and goes and they're like,
and then like, bite it off, and then she just bites it. I remember the bit in the credits though where your man Phil, the puppet, standing at the just at the pole, and she obviously comes down. There's a bank comes down. She's like, "Yeah, give me a minute," and then like 2 seconds later, he goes, "You got any coke?"
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a lamb or a bunny. It's just like,
yeah.
No, made me laugh as well. Like, but I mean, the whole idea for a comedy is to make you laugh, and it succeeded in some parts, but it wasn't sort of funny, ha. It was just like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
It wasn't like a belly laughter type of comedy. It was just sort of like the funnier things. You could have made so many. Oh, did you get it?
I might have. I'm just trying to find it.
Oh, I hope you did, because it was so funny. But I mean, I think. Are you looking for it online?
Yeah.
Why don't you just go on the Netflix?
Oh yeah. It's a good idea.
Oh dear. But I think they missed the mark a few times with some of the jokes. Are just it was. You said to me that going through like watching the film, you were sort of bored and you went on your phone for like 2 or 3 minutes, just sort of like meh, and then whenever you look back up, you weren't lost in the film.
I wasn't. Yeah.
Like nothing had progressed to the point where it was just sort of point like you didn't like you understood everything.
I didn't miss anything. Like
no, exactly. I mean the whole premise of the film is that Phil's brother dies, and then the rest of the whole clan dies, and it's just sort of them two coming back as partners and trying to figure out who done the murder. And It was a sort of obvious. Did you know who it was before it happened?
Yeah, because she didn't have anything else to do with it.
Yeah.
I think I found it.
We did.
Let me just jump forward. Yeah, because there's them all laughing. Okay.
Better be right.
It is, yeah. So. One sec. Yeah. Just next to this.
By Titanic, I mean your cock.
That was it. Ah, frick, I've just went too far back. Sorry.
See, that's what happens when
That's my
you've
fault.
ruined it now.
Yeah. Come on. I don't want to skip.
I have quite an appetite.
How much?
Big enough to take down the Titanic. And by Titanic, I mean your cock.
Oh, Jesus.
See, I wish things like that were in it though.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I understand it's a 15, but you can say a few words in a 15 that is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think the premise of the film sounded good, but the way it was executed just doesn't.
No, I mean, for me, that's
Big fat 0. Well, not 0.
well, I'll say one and a
1.5.
half.
So
That's all I can
you
give.
give 1.5, and I give 1.5.
That's all I
Do
can.
you reckon that'll probably be our potential like lowest ever film?
No,
No,
it's bound to be worse.
I don't think there is. Like, honestly,
I mean, if there's anything more like that, that's that
What-
average, then it's. But
I'm not gonna pick a film that I don't think that looks even a little bit. Well, I might just because it's something different. I mean, I'll probably watch more films now than ever, to be honest. But, yeah, it is what it is. I'd give it 1.5. You give it 1.5. You would watch it again then?
no, that's a no watch
No,
for me. Like,
Definitely, yeah. And not definitely not a wee watch. I would,
yeah, not a wee watch. Is yeah.
That's the tag now, but yeah. So just to finish off, I think I'll maybe have a few jokes, maybe some jokes that are better off that are than the film
Out of the
anyway.
movie. Yeah.
Got one. I'm reading a book on the history of glue.
Okay, I know where it's going. Yeah.
Can't put it down.
Yeah.
Don't laugh.
I knew it was coming. Yeah.
You want to hear a joke about construction?
Working on. Sorry.
Just watched the documentary about beavers.
Damn, it was good.
Best damn show I've ever
So close. Yeah.
seen. This is shocking. Why do choirs keep buckets handy?
I don't know.
So they can carry their tune.
That's bad. Yeah.
Did you hear about the kidnapping at school?
Teacher told him to wake up.
What?
The teacher told him to wake up.
No, it's okay. You woke up.
You
You can't run through a campsite.
Why?
You can only run because it's past tense.
Cracker. That's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Very
there's no
good.
tense though. It was just sleeping bags. They're making a movie about You're gonna get this one easily. They're making a movie about clocks.
I don't know.
Come on. Seriously? You can get it. Come on. They're making a movie about clocks.
Oh, it's out in time.
What's it about?
Clocks.
Yeah, but it's about...
Oh, it's about time. Oh.
Okay, I'll do one more. Yeah. I was going to get a brain transplant.
Then I thought about it. Then I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Well done.
Then I thought about it.
Okay, no, actually, I'll do this one because you'll like this one.
Yeah.
Why can't you use beef stew as a password? You'll not get it, but you'll laugh
I don't know.
because it's not strong enough.
Very good.
Okay, well that's all the jokes finished for this week. But yeah, that was a fun episode. I like that. There's a lot more jokes than that than was in the super film. But yeah, we'll end that one there, folks, and we'll catch you again in the next episode.
Bye.